Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone! What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite animes. And today I'm going to be doing an a top 10 favorite animes of 2024 video, where I talk about my top 10 favorite animes of 2024. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's the 24th, but when you're watching it, it's probably the 25th already, so Merry Christmas. So, without further ado, I will start off by talking about the anime series that I did not watch, sequels that I did not catch up on, including the new Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Core 2, The Dangers in My Heart Season 2 as well. I was really impressed after Season 1, but I just didn't have time or the motivation to continue with Season 2. Also, want to give a shout out to Hibiki Euphonium Season 3, which I completely did not catch up on, but I've heard nothing but great things about Hibiki Euphonium, from its animation to its callbacks to Kyoto Animation, which is very heart-touching, very touching and heartwarming. Heart-touching. Another series that I cannot put on this list, as much as I hate to say it, is the new Orb anime. Now, I love Orb. I love what I've seen from this anime so far, but it's not going to end until 2025. Season 1 of Orb will not end until next year. So, technically, I can't include it in this year's list because there's a rule saying that if an anime doesn't end until the next year, I have to include it in next year's list. So unfortunately, Orb will not be included on this list. I also want to mention that there are so many animes this year that I was really excited about, but kind of disappointed me. Kaiju number 8, Shikanoko no Kostantan, as well as the new Uzumaki anime that we've been waiting for 5 years just so that episodes 2 to 4 would suck ass. And so let's start with our top 10 favorite animes of the year. Now, I would like to preface that this year is nowhere near of a great year for anime as last year was. Last year and 2 years ago are amazing in terms of anime, but unfortunately this year was a bit of a dry year. Nothing too crazy happened, but I still managed to pick 10 animes from this year, actually one of them from last year, that I thought would be really worthy of being on this list. So starting off at number 10, we have Shoshimin series, or How to Become Ordinary. I don't know why a lot of anime series have titles and subtitles nowadays. It's kind of lame, but Shoshimin series is an interesting mystery slice of life anime that basically tones mystery down to its very minimalist levels. The mysteries range from how does that guy make such a good cup of hot chocolate without wetting the sink, to who stole my bicycle, to genuine real mysteries concerning delinquent high school girls. It's very strange and very interesting. Very intricate animation as well, visually stimulating Monogatari series styled visuals sometimes, and the ending goes to a very weird direction that I totally did not expect. Now, for number 9, I am gonna give it to Migi and Dali, or Migi to Dari, which is like Migi and Hidari, Migi and Dari. And this is an anime that's released last year, actually. I know it's kind of cheating, but I didn't watch it last year, and it surprised me, and I wanted to include it this year. First of all, the mangaka of Migi and Dali, Sano Nami, has passed away last year. I just want to say rest in peace to Sano Nami. Second of all, this is a surprisingly good anime. In first glance, it's a silly comedy slice of life anime about two brothers who look alike, two twin brothers who look alike, trolling a family. But that leads to this crazy murder mystery with tons of twists and turns and mind games and betrayals. And even though the animation is not top notch, but the story is so entertaining and unpredictable that it genuinely surprised me at how much fun this anime is. So please check it out, Migi and Dali. Now, at our number 8 spot, I am giving it to one of the two period dramas in this list. And the first one would be The Elusive Samurai. This is a new Japanese period drama that is very crazy tonally in that it constantly swings between unserious comedy to full blown violence and gore. But whatever it is in the core is extremely smart, witty, playful. There are a lot of war strategy, military strategies going on. There's also a lot of interactions with the supernatural. But most importantly, it's how much this anime respects Japanese history, especially that period of time right after the Kamakura period. I was really, really hooked when they started to indulge upon that period. On number 7, I am going to give it to Oshinoko Season 2. Huge improvement upon Season 1. Humongous improvement upon Season 1. And it's a shame that no one's talked about Season 2 as much as they are in Season 1, because most of the complaints I have for Season 1 is kind of fixed in Season 2. In Season 2, the anime actually closely examined one story arc, and that is a stage production. Between its production, the writing, the adaptation, and the acting, and the mini struggles that all these characters are facing individually and how they all intertwine, it is a very fascinating depiction of the Japanese entertainment industry through the lens of a stage play. But the last 4 episodes of Oshinoko Season 2 took a very dark and creepy turn, which gave this entire show a new vibe, a new aura that I just can't wait for Season 3. But whatever the case may be, it is a very well animated, beautiful, gorgeously animated show. Again, very much improved upon Season 1, and just a great commentary on social media and the media and the entertainment industry in general. Now, at number 6, this is a bit of a fan favorite here, and it is Dungeon Meshy, or Delicious in Dungeon. It is a heartwarming, little cute slice of life anime where a bunch of adventurers go down in a dungeon and make food out of nearly every monster they meet. It is very ridiculous, and in a lot of ways, it's actually really gross. Like, if you think about it, the concept is freaking gross. But they manage to make every food item look delicious no matter what. But then you also get these episodes where you would get unexpected social political commentary, like one of the episodes where they have dinner with orcs, essentially turn into a discussion on how orcs are being discriminated against, and then now the orcs are discriminating against other people and they are xenophobic, but the xenophobia comes from a different place, and it just reaches this understanding of how to get along with other people in the world through a fantasy slice of life lens, I guess. Now we have top 5, and at number 5, this is a big one. Anime Twitter is not going to shut up about this anime, and that is, of course, Dandan. Yes, so Dandan, which is based off of manga by a mangaka who was an assistant to Fujimoto Tatsuki, who did Chainsaw Man. Don't know what's going on, but Fujimoto Tatsuki has some of the most talented assistants ever, I guess, because Dandan is a blast. It is a highly stylized, no BS, breakneck paced action fantasy that intersects UFO conspiracies with traditional Japanese folk demons. And it's no BS, extremely fast paced, basically brain rot levels of fast pace, where we don't have any time to build lore or have breathing room. Every single episode is just one crazy action scene to another, to another, to another. It just does not end. And at the same time, it's also freaking hilarious. Hanai Natsuki is amazing as freaking his character's name. Okarun. So yeah, Dandan. Now at number 4, we are going to gracefully, eloquently give it to ReZero Season 3 Core 1. ReZero is freaking back, baby. And it's freaking great. It's glorious. It's amazing. All of these characters are back, and it is amazing. It is a fun slice of life anime until it randomly turns into the darkest, most depressing thing you'll ever see. It is ultimately a mind game. There are so many characters and so many villains this time that watching it may overwhelm you, but the piecing of the puzzle pieces is part of the fun of ReZero. Also, the director and the voice actor of Subaru signed my poster, so I gotta give them a shout out on this video. So, now we have the top 3. At number 3, this is probably the most underrated and overlooked anime of the entire year. In fact, I didn't find out about this anime until very recently, and that is Yatta Garasu. The Crow Does Not Choose Its Master. Yeah, I was between watching this or Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Core 2, and I thought, you know what, I need to give this a chance, because it is a Japanese period anime, which I don't think is that common these days, but also it intersects between palace, politics, and fantasy in such interesting ways. The story introduces a huge cast ensemble with so much ambition. And again, I am a huge fan of history shows. I'm a huge fan of costume dramas. Seeing costume dramas and historical shows have so much detail and passion in displaying its history is just so impressive. And again, there's a lot of intricate politics. There's a lot of thriller elements. There's a lot of ambitious storytelling here, and it's definitely an anime that you should not overlook. Now, our number 2 spot, I'm giving it to the real fan favorite, the fan favorite of the fan favorites. So favorited that it has become number 1 anime of all times, according to my anime list. And that is, of course, Soo No Free Run, or a free run beyond the journey's end. What are these subtitles here? What are these subtitles? But yeah, Soo No Free Run, I did not include it in last year's list because it didn't end last year, season 1. So I am including it in this year's list, and it is a fantastic anime. It is a fantastic fantasy slice of life anime. But the catch is that it isn't just funny and cute. It actually has a lot to say about aging, mortality, immortality, friendship, understanding, sympathy, empathy, and aging. You know, especially the first few episodes of Soo No Free Run is some of the best animes I've ever seen in my entire life. It's calming, it's serene, but it's also deeply sad and deeply conscious about aging, growing up, and moving on. And the last arc in season 1 is a bit of a tournament arc, which I'm not a big fan of, but looking back, it is still absolutely fun, memorable, and it has provided a good fair share of memes, but also a good fair share of wisdom that this anime has bestowed upon us. And now we have our number 1 spot, favorite anime of the year. This is a tough decision, because if Orb was on here, Orb would probably get number 1, but Orb, again, that's next year. So I'm just going to reveal it. Monogatari series off in Monster Season. Yeah, I don't think this comes as a surprise because I am a humongous fan of the Monogatari series. It is my personal favorite anime of all times. And Monogatari is so back. We are so back. And part of me had pretty low expectations going in because it's only a bonus season, it's like a spin-off, but no, there's actually a lot of very ambitious and bold storytelling here. Some arcs, one of the arcs in Often Monster season is like 7 episodes long or more. The first half is kind of chill, kind of funny, but the second half is just very cinematic and some of the most interesting mysteries presented by the series itself. And once again, this is visually arresting. Avant garde animation using live action footage rapidly edited with a lot of interesting colors, candy colored sets and visuals, amazing color palettes, great sense of geometry. Every single shot in the Monogatari series is feast for the eyes. On top of that, we have great music, great voice acting, amazing storytelling that is non-linear, yet they all kind of come together. Lots of interesting history as well, especially that bonus episode that sort of reveals the origins of Shinobu, which is really interesting. And still to this day, not a lot, in fact, not a single other anime is able to recreate the magic that the Monogatari series has, because the Monogatari series is so groundbreaking. It's so out there in terms of its presentation. It's so stylized, and it also just so happens to be very philosophical. It straddles between unserious fan service and genuinely smart philosophy. So, yeah, this is a fantastic anime and I highly recommend it to everyone, I guess. And yeah, what are your favorite animes of the year? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.